Hi, I'm Mike and I'm the Hallows Geek, and welcome to This Week in Eek, my weekly series where I put a little eek in your week by recapping some of the top stories in Halloween and horror news from the last week. Well, after a week off, I'm back. If you missed it, I took last week off so I could prepare for a weekend at Midsummer Scream. Yeah, the world's largest Halloween and horror convention returned to the Long Beach Convention Center for 3 days last week, and it was an incredible experience as always. This year was extra special though because several of the folks from the Samhain Society made it out to this year's event, which means I got to hang with Miranda from Spooky Little Halloween, Andrew and Devin from Your Best Halloween Ever, Midge Munster and Penny Snark from the Ghouls Night In podcast, Chelsea and Eric from the Sips and Spirits podcast, James, who you probably know as That Halloween Bro, and Bianca, who is the face behind Spooky Melanin Magic. Of course, I also have some news from the event, which I'll share at the end since it skews a bit local, but if you want to know a bit more about what Midsummer Scream is all about, I did share a video earlier this week here on the channel highlighting some of this year's experience. Alright, with that out of the way, let's get into it. So this fall, the mornings of Hocus Pocus fans will be a bit more glorious thanks to Kellogg's new Hocus Pocus 2 cereal. The berry-flavored cereal features purple, orange, and yellow star-shaped pieces topped with green and purple flecks reminiscent of the Sanderson sisters' robes. The new cereal is expected to hit store shelves later this month and will be available in both 7.7 ounce and 12 ounce boxes. And speaking of boxes, this week Funko unveiled 6 new Popsies, the collectible pop-up greetings. Popsies made their debut in 2021 and are collectible greetings featuring some of your favorite characters in pop culture. Each figure stands upon a gift box, and when you push the center of the bow, a special message appears above the head and the figure spreads its arms. So joining Funko's lineup of collectible greetings are Oogie Boogie and Jack Skellington from Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas, Mickey and Minnie, inspired by their recent Halloween Funko Pop figures, Pennywise from the 1990 TV miniseries It, and Chucky from the Child's Play franchise. Like past Popsies, these collectible greetings are all Walmart exclusives, and while not yet available, the new Popsies are expected to be available for pre-order on Walmart.com soon. And that wasn't the only news out of Funko this week. The collectible toy maker announced a second wave of pop figures inspired by the latest season of Stranger Things. The latest wave of figures includes Erica Sinclair, Mike Wheeler in his California clothes, Argyle, Robin and Steve in their Vecna hunting gear, Eleven with her diorama, and Season 4 baddies the Demobat and Vecna. Funko also unveiled several new exclusives. Target will be home to a Nancy and Robin 2-pack featuring the two characters in the outfits they wore to interview Victor Creel. Target will also be home to an exclusive Argyle in the Surfer Boy pizza van, and Walmart will get an exclusive 3-pack featuring Battle Ready Steve and Robin, along with Vecna. And if you want to be the cool house on the block this Halloween but can't hand out full-size candy bars, there's another option this year thanks to the Pokemon Company. The Pokemon Company has announced the new Pokemon trading card game, Trick or Trade Booster Bundle, providing parents and kids with a fun and innovative alternative to candy for trick-or-treating. Each Pokemon Trick or Trade Booster Bundle includes 40 themed mini booster packs, each containing 3 cards highlighting a spooky Pokemon such as Zubat, Gengar, Pumpkaboo, Mimikyu, and Poltergeist, and features a Pikachu Jack-o'-lantern stamp on every card. Families can enjoy passing out trick-or-trade boosters to neighbors and friends, while young trainers trade cards in search of their favorite ghoulish Pokemon after a night of trick-or-treating. The new booster bundle is scheduled to hit store shelves on September 1st. And if you never got the chance to see Coraline on the big screen, or just want to see it again, you'll soon have a chance as the stop-motion favorite is returning to theaters on August 15th, courtesy of Fathom Events, Laika, and Park Circus. As a bonus, the screening will feature a Fathom Event exclusive bonus behind-the-scenes featurette, Coraline, A Handmade Fairy Tale. To find a participating theater or buy tickets, visit fathomevents.com. Alright, before we get into the Midsummer Scream news, I do have a quick story for folks in the Hershey, Pennsylvania area. If you haven't heard, Hershey Park is expanding its Hershey Park Halloween event thanks to a new partnership with Epic Entertainment Group. The new immersive haunt experience is a 4-acre addition to the event called Dark Nights, which will be a separate ticketed event featuring 4 new haunted houses and 3 scare zones. During Dark Nights, once familiar spaces mutate into chilling explorations of the unknown, with the haunted houses The Descent, Haunted Coal Mine, Creature Chaos, and Twisted Darkness. And as part of Dark Nights, Midways transform from enchanting to unnerving, with scare zones Midway of Misery, Darkstone's Hollow, and Valley of Fear. Hershey Park Halloween will open more weekends than ever before for 7 weekends from September 17th through October 30th. Guests must purchase a separate Dark Nights add-on ticket to experience unlimited access to 4 haunted houses. Add-on tickets let guests experience the houses many times as they dare during a single visit, and scare zones are included with a general admission ticket to Hershey Park Halloween. Full details on Hershey Park Halloween and Dark Nights, as well as tickets, are available now at hersheypark.com. Alright, let's talk about some of the news out of Midsummer Scream. So first, new details emerged around this year's Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios Hollywood. John Murdy, creative director and executive producer of Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios Hollywood, kicked off the Halloween Horror Nights presentation at Midsummer Scream, announcing an all-new maze, Scarecrow the Reaping. Based on a house that previously appeared at Universal Orlando Resort, Scarecrow the Reaping takes guests back to the Dust Bowl, where crows and scarecrows are looking to reclaim the land and seek revenge on anyone left behind. Murdy shared some details about some interesting effects being developed for the maze, including a spritzing effect when you pass by a series of outhouses, and a new water effect that will make it feel like you're being pooped on by roosting crows. What a time to be alive, let me tell you. Murdy followed up the first maze announcement by teasing another, which, based on the story he shared, will be set in 1920s Hollywood and surround a number of mysterious deaths which were later discovered to be murders at an upscale hotel. More details are expected to be shared soon, but that's about it for now. Murdy ended the presentation talking in detail about the new Universal Monsters Legends Collide house, which will debut on both coasts. With the creative teams at Universal Studios Hollywood and Universal Orlando Resort collaborating on the project, Murdy shared that the story of Universal Monsters Legends Collide is split into 2 parts across the 2 parks. The haunted house coming to Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Orlando Resort tells part 1 of the story, and the house at Universal Studios Hollywood will tell part 2, with the first part of the story set in Egypt and the second set in the Limehouse District in London. Murdy also brought out special guest Slash, who is again collaborating with Universal for the house's score. You can hear a preview of the new track, Immortal Curses, which will play in the haunted house at the link above. The Winchester Mystery House was also on hand at Midsummer Scream. During a presentation, the iconic residents of Winchester rifle heiress Sarah Winchester announced their plans for celebrating the 100th anniversary of Sarah Winchester's passing, as well as the return of the Halloween event, Unhinged. Sarah Winchester passed away at her home in bed on September 5th, 1922. 100 years later, the Winchester Mystery House is inviting guests to celebrate her legacy with a special event on September 5th, 2022. Details around the event are still being finalized, but General Manager of the Winchester Mystery House, Walter Magnuson, shared that the event will include a special tour and special commemorative gift. For fans of the Winchester Mystery House's Halloween event Unhinged, it was announced that after a 2-year hiatus, the event would return for 2022 with Unhinged Nightshade's Curse. Unhinged Nightshade's Curse will tell an all-new story and feature both an outdoor and indoor show. Outside will be Madame Nightshade's Spirit Carnival, which will be filled with plenty of entertainment and games, but will also be where Madame Nightshade appears as she obsessively tries to contact and control the spirit world with the help of the audience in an attempt to create a bridge between the 2 worlds. The carnival's look and feel is inspired by the old medicine shows, spook shows, and spiritualist movement. And after helping Madame Nightshade connect with the spirit world, guests will be led by phantasms to the Winchester House, which for the first time will feature 2 routes. Unfortunately, guests won't be able to select their route. It'll be chosen for them, but Winchester Mystery House creative director Michael Taft jokes, "Bring your Depends," because his goal is to make this as scary as possible. Unhinged Nightshade's Curse will take place on 13 select nights in September and October. Tickets will be available soon, and for more information, visit winchesterunhinged.com. And finally, tying in nicely to our end segment of new trailers, Tales from the Boo Crew podcast hosts Trevor Shand, Lauren Shand, and Leon D'Antonio moderated a panel with Spirit Halloween the movie screenwriter Billy Bates, along with the film's producer Nora Ahmed and cinematographer Andy Kugler, to not only share the trailer, but talk a bit about the film itself. Interestingly, the trailer shared at Midsummer Screen, which also happened to be the trailer shared at the grand opening of the Spirit Halloween flagship store in Egg Harbor Township, New Jersey a day prior, wasn't the same as the trailer released a day later to the public. You can catch the Midsummer Screen trailer here on my YouTube channel and catch the publicly released trailer over on allhallowsgeek.com, or just seek it out here on YouTube. That said, the panel gave us some interesting tidbits about the film, like the fact that Spirit Halloween wasn't originally tied to the project despite it being about them, and that the film is actually still in post-production. But more importantly, we finally got clarity around the film's release. During the panel, producer Nora Ahmed shared that the general release plans for the film include a few different film festivals in late September and late February, limited engagements in both AMC and Regal theaters, select drive-in screenings in September and October, and then a commercial release in the US and Canada on October 11th, where you'll be able to rent or buy from all major VOD platforms. The film will also be made available to stream internationally on HBO Max beginning on October 22nd. Or maybe it won't, because let's be honest, things over at HBO Max look like a bit of a dumpster fire this week. So who knows, things could change. Alright, that's it for this week. As always, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like, leave me a comment, or better yet, subscribe to make sure you always get your weekly dose of geek. Also, as a reminder, I recently launched a Discord server where you can come geek out with fellow Halloween and horror geeks. I also launched a Patreon, so if you're enjoying my content and would like to support it, I'd greatly appreciate it. You can find the links to both down in the description below. For more information on any of this week's top stories, you can always find the full coverage over on allhallowsgeek.com. Until next time, keep it creepy.